today is sharing it a little bit more in depth, making sure that all of you have access to the toolkit, and then providing you the opportunity to ask questions along the way. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to our communications manager at the Great Lakes Bay Regional Alliance, Courtney Soule. She's going to share her screen and walk us through what the contents of the toolkit are. And at any point, feel free to raise your hand if there are questions along the way, but we will certainly be taking questions at the end. So again, thank you for joining us. If you didn't put your name and organization in the chat, we'd appreciate it if you would do so. And with that, I'm going to have Courtney share her slides.
All right. Thanks, Lori. We also have Caroline Cameron here with us. She is our intern at the Alliance, and she's helped us put together some of this as well. So just thank you for joining us today, and we'll hopefully teach you about some of the stuff that we've been working on. So I'm going to move the video screen over there. So it's linked in the email that we sent out as well. But you can, and we can follow up with the slides as well. But it is in the toolkit's in a Google Drive, and it's available to download for anyone in your organizations to use and post content. So we just made that the easiest way to reach it versus our servers at the Alliance and things like that. So it's an open toolkit to download and use. A little screenshot there of what the communications toolkit looks like. And well, we can walk through the folders if nobody's popped in there as well, but in a bit. But just to give you kind of an overview of what everything is included. This is anything for you as a teacher, educator, out of school time professional, or parent, or anything like that, just to get the word out there of what STEM resources are available in the Great Lakes Bay region, whether that's with your organization or just for people in your circles to know more about STEM. So we've tried to make it as easy as possible. Lots of things are in there ready to go. And this is not, so we're launching this now, but this is not just something we're going to send you on your way with, and that'll be the end of it. This is something that we will update, and it will develop over time with additional content. So expect this to be a living resource that you can come back to and use. And then the audience for this is both inside and outside the Great Lakes Bay region. Obviously, people here at home, we want them to experience all the region has to offer in STEM, but we found that many places are drawing people from outside of the region, whether that's visiting family during the holidays or things like that. So kind of a dual purpose as well. So in the toolkit, you will find some newsletter and blog posts for email, and then a ton of different social media posts that you can use. We're asking people, if you want to participate, to do at minimum post or share something quarterly. But more if you have the capacity, it is obviously welcomed as well. And then for people who don't have necessarily we made it as user-friendly as possible for people that may not have social media experience. So listed in there is some of the hashtags that we use, so content is searchable and findable beyond your initial post, and you'll find all of our social media handles in there as well, and how to connect with us or tag us or things like that on any platform. And then here on the side is the QR codes to the STEM Pipeline website and the STEM Pipeline events calendar. We've recently just made a lot more user-friendly and searchable in terms of what you can search by. So two quick things just to go to there. And these are also linked in videos and posts as well with hashtags. So easily findable. And if you, one very easy way right now, you can pull your phone out while on the webinar. We if you're not already following these platforms, the easiest way is to share this content, even versus posting your own, is just to share stuff that we may have posted. So if you're not following us, feel free to whip out your phone and give us a follow there. In the toolkit, if needed, you'll also find some of our graphics. So the Great Lakes Regional Alliance graphic, our STEM graphic, and then our kind of sister network is the My STEM network as well, if you would need anything. There are a total of 30 STEM passport locations currently, but we add to those and have new organizations join over time. So if your organization is not currently officially a part of the STEM passport organizations, we add all the time. So in the toolkit, there are currently, I think, 5 different videos, and each location is featured at least one time. And in the toolkit, it lists which video lists what organization. So this is I think my volume should work. This is just a quick video. They're under a minute, which is good and handy for Instagram, so you don't get cut off in the autoplay. But here is an example of one of the videos. And then there are also examples of different social media posts that are already done for you. There's probably 80 to 100 in there. We've done a lot of times we do contest or theme specific posts. So this one was from a holiday STEM scavenger hunt. So if you wanted to share about that, things like that are in there. And then just general ones as well about the calendar or STEM specific learning opportunities. And then things like each of our passport locations has at least 1 or 2 posts each, just depending on what kind of pictures and content were available on their social media. So if your organization, these are already done, and your organization can run with them and use them, or you can use them in your parent networks or education networks as well. We've got email templates already written out in a Google Doc that you can copy paste and just fill in the appropriate information for your organization, and then sample social media posts just about STEM in general, so you don't have to recreate the wheel or do different things or search down statistics or things like that. So if someone in your organization or if your organization wants to run with this, but maybe doesn't necessarily have a dedicated social media or communications person, this is something that you can use pretty easily and just run with. If you'd like to formally join the STEM Passport as an organization and you're not currently in that, we have just a small or a short MOU, and it's just intended to promote STEM opportunities in the region. And it's a really low, I guess, bar on commitment. We just ask that you share at least one post quarterly and more if you're able, just so that we keep these STEM opportunities out in the public and on social media as well. So not it's not a hard agreement to reach, but we will send that out after as a follow-up for anyone that's interested in joining that's not already a part of it. Some of the things that we have coming soon that we wanted to fill you in on is we are finalizing a STEM Staycation partnership with Go Great Lakes Bay, our regional CVB, as well as the Mount Pleasant CVB and the tribe that will be rolling out this spring break. And then additional promotions. We usually do a contest or promotions over the different holiday seasons or summer break or spring break and things like that. So we are in the final details of launching a STEM Staycation program and contest with some great prizes in cahoots with Go Great. And then as well, as we have one of the big things that we have are and you can see the kids in the communications flyer. There's 3 different kids that we have historically used, but one of the things that we're trying to drive within STEM is the concept of belonging, and that everyone everyone belongs in STEM, and there's a place for everyone in STEM. So we are this year also going to be rolling out just some additional belonging efforts and increasing some of our diversity communication and social media posts and things like that. So look for those things coming up. I will, for anyone that hasn't walked through the
Before you go to that, Courtney, just real quick on the idea of belonging. If you are already a STEM Passport organization, you'll be getting an email over the course of the next week asking for some additional images to be shared with the Alliance in order to enhance the variation of our posts for our member organizations. So if all of, like, for example, when we did an analysis of the pictures we were posting, many of them just had animals in them. So we'd like to focus on images of students and caregivers and parents and things like that. And we want to make sure that we have the diversity that's present in our region represented in the images that we're featuring to try to help with this, developing the sense of belonging for various different populations. So if you are from a member organization, please just keep that in mind. If you go back and talk about this toolkit at all and what some of the content is going to be like, that's going to be added to it over time, that is something that we're going to request from our partners, is to just get some additional images. And if they don't exist currently, to ask our partners to maybe think about that as they take pictures at various events in the upcoming months, so that over the course of, the remainder of this year, that we can continue to have this emphasis on developing a sense of belonging.
Awesome. Thanks, Lori. And if you haven't been in the toolkit yet, it's just a Google Drive that looks like this. The main flyer is here as a PDF. You can download it. Folders for logos are in here. Social and email content are in here, as far as sample email posts and sample social media posts. So just pop in there, download the document, or just copy from it directly. And all of our, the video sample that I showed, all of our video content is in here. So this is in here as an MP4 file. So I don't need to play it. So you can just download you could download the version that you want to share and just upload it to your favorite or chosen social media platform. For the videos, let me see if I can open this quick. This PDF notes which video highlights which organization. So as far as graphics and videos versions, this is what organization or what STEM Passport stop is featured on each video. So so you don't have to track down and download each one and figure out which is which. And there are flyers, like pre-done flyers, to include in email communications and things like that. Just one overview about with highlighting all locations, but just linking to our website and our calendar of events. And one a little bit more in depth, same linking to our calendar, and one that lists out all of the events here. So those are included. And then the bulk of the activity of the content is in the social media posts, just because there's so many. And each organization is featured at least once or twice, but they're in here overall and labeled for what location it is. So if you are especially a smaller organization or a school district and just looking for learning opportunities to promote within your organization, that is all in here as well. There's also some general posts on just check out the things on the STEM pipeline calendar. If you like that. So all of the scan codes on everything go back to the calendar. And if you haven't checked out the calendar, you can find it at stempipeline.com and up here at the top at calendar, or by scanning our QR codes. So some of the things that we've added are to search by venue or city. So you can, on my screen, well, let me scroll. So you can click and get more information, or search by month, or search by day, or category. So we've really improved. We had an app last year, but we found that a majority of the people just came to our calendar to find STEM activities. So we have enhanced some of the search functionality to go along with that, and have posted and just pointed people back to the calendar. So that is where you find the calendar if you are not familiar with it already. Lori, did I miss anything, or is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just some general comments in terms of all of this content can be fairly overwhelming, but what's even more overwhelming is if you're trying to get the people that come to your organization to know more about events at your organization or other organizations in the region. Particularly if you're a school and you really want, your parents to go take their students to more activities to enhance their learning in the time they're not with you. If you're a Boys and Girls Club and you want to have options for your families to have engaging activities that they can do during the time when they're not at the Boys and Girls Club. It's daunting to come up with all of this content on your own. So in the sense of, going through all of this, it looks like a lot, but once you get in there and dig into it a little bit more, and then go back and have some internal conversations at your organization in terms of who could actually do this work. Could you even have like a student that's designated to do it? Is there an intern that you have, in your organization? Is there even, maybe a secretary? You've got to have those internal conversations on who could possibly do this in order to promote it to the students and to the families. Or if you're one of the participating passport organizations, but you don't have a communications or marketing person, so you're getting this content, you're getting these social media graphics, you're getting the videos, and the more you mutually promote each other, in addition to the alliance promoting the activities, the rising tide is going to raise all ships, essentially. The more we each communicate to our audiences, we're going to reach more people. We're going to share the message about STEM more frequently. We're going to get this into the social media feeds and onto the websites and into the newsletters for more contacts overall, so that eventually we won't have families saying things like, I didn't even know the Mount Pleasant Discovery Museum existed, or I didn't even know that, Hartley was something that I could take my students to. We want to make sure that information in the region is flowing in such a way that there's no one missing opportunities simply because of a lack of awareness. So that's the reason for creating the toolkit. We hope that you can find time in your organization and find a person that could be the champion for posting this information. And the other thing I want to make sure everybody realizes is we're not charging for any of this. There is no cost to use these materials. And we realize that you may need more help and support over time. And Courtney will allude to that a little bit later, but I just wanted to state that now, that if you need some help, once you hand this off to someone to get this going, or maybe add a platform like Instagram would reach more students in today's day and age, for example, than Facebook. So maybe you're ready to take that step of adding another social media platform. We can assist in other ways, whether it be utilizing the kit or helping to just enhance your reach with probably limited resources within your organization.
Yeah. So, and also like some of the stuff we've just duplicated in terms of different videos and things like that. But if there is anything else that you'd like customized for your organization, it's easy for us to take kind of that video and make some tweaks and make you something fairly customized with not a ton of work. So definitely reach out to us if there's something that you'd like to see now or in the future. So reiterating that this is kind of just the beginning. There'll be a lot more coming from this as we go into different seasons and have different promotions and work with different partners and things like that. So it is definitely, do not think of it as a static resource, and definitely always know that you can reach out and say, hey, I'm looking for X, Y, or Z, or even if you just need something in a different size for a different platform or something like that, we're happy to help. So with that, I guess I will open it up to just discussion or Q&A or things like that, or anything that maybe we didn't necessarily cover if you have questions on anything. So is there anything else you'd like to include, or just general questions is fine? Lori, you're on mute.
I was just going to say, feel free to unmute if you have anything you want to ask.
So if you are like a boys and girls club like we are, and you wanted to be one of the spots that does stuff like this, would that have to be completely open to the public?
Typically, it's something that is open to the public in order to be posted in the STEM passport. If there is something that's more of like a one-time event where it's almost always, just your students and things like that, I would say just follow up with me online. We could discuss if there is any way where that makes sense, where that could work, because if there are activities that could be promoted and you do have the ability to have more students attend the Boys and Girls Club that would then have access to that, I think we could brainstorm ways to make that work.
Thank you.
Using my teacher wait time.
Oh, and I think Kelly's on the call. So shout out to Kelly and thanks for Kelly at the Bay Area ISD made us these additional, she does some of our graphics for the STEM passport for as far as just the children. And she recently made us some more children. So shout out to her for that.
They are really good. I enjoy them. I like that they're all so unique.
Yeah, we thought about there's three different kits right now, but we were talking through and just thought a little bit some different ones with this round would be good. So we're excited about that.
And for those of you that are current passport participants, just in terms of besides this toolkit and the STEM Staycation promotion and other promotions that we do, just to let you know about other opportunities that are happening. We're going to be we already were in the Michigan After School Partnership newsletter in terms of featuring the STEM passport. Our press release was picked up by a variety of organizations, and I know it ran in the Huron newspaper out in the Thumb. We also are going to be included in some summer learning kits through PBS and the Michigan Learning Channel, where the STEM passport will be referenced, and that will go out to more of a statewide audience in case there are families that visit the Great Lakes Bay region over the course of the year or live near enough by where it's feasible, to travel here and attend activities with various different organizations. So our reach is expanding overall, and this toolkit will just provide more opportunities for the information to get into more hands. And Courtney had thanked Kelly for her work on the graphics and creating the flyers and things like that. The other thing Kelly has created is a window cling. And we did have one for passport participants in the previous version of the STEM passport. We've got a new one that features the additional QR codes that take us to the calendars and to the new list of STEM passport destinations. We should have those in the upcoming months, and we'll distribute those in the region. And any of you on this call will reach out to you to see if you're willing to post a STEM passport window cling at your organization and schools so that we can increase the amount of people that see the resources and then are driven to the content overall about all of these wonderful organizations.
I do have another meeting I have to jump to, but thank you so much for all the information, and please keep me updated. I would love to post about it here if we could.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Well, we've got
I was just going to say, any other questions from anyone else? We got a quiet group today. Always, and our contact information is here. So I will send these slides out as a follow-up. We'll send the recording out because I think we had about 20 registered as well. But always feel free to reach out to either Lori or I if you have questions or need something custom or want to bounce some ideas off. So.
Well, thank you everybody for attending, and have a great rest of your day.